In this video, I'm about to take you to an unplanned adventure in the most beautiful place here in Portugal, and I will explain why you should stop waiting for the right time and instead embrace the now. So picture this, last week I'm at my desk practically drowning in video editing work, just like right now. Then it hits me, I gotta take a breather. So I jump online and start browsing flights. Madeira pops up and I always wanted to go there. So I grabbed the first cheap ticket. But here's the twist, I wanna do something different. No fancy hotels or touristy stuff. So I figure sleeping in an overland vehicle would be a cool way to explore this island. A solo adventure is cool, but it's always better to go with a friend. So I ring up a few people and luckily my buddy Andy is all in. Fast forward a few days, we can't believe we're in Madeira and wow, it's even more beautiful than the postcards. The city is shrinking behind us and ahead there's just these winding roads and lush scenery, and we're trading the daily grind for the unknown, and it really feels liberating. We don't know what to expect, but that is just perfect. There's really something special about stepping into the unknown, and we can't wait to see where this road takes us. So hold on tight, because this might just be the push you need to stop waiting for the right time and start seizing the day. Okay, so picture this, we're cruising through the island, then all of a sudden our GPS starts to play like games and it's kind of leading us to random directions, and after a brief moment of panic, we ended up in a spot where our phones had absolutely no signal. We luckily find like an old school paper map in the glove compartment. Instead of letting like worry take over, we decided to embrace the adventure, talk to some locals, and we managed to get through the way, and then we found this amazing like old school bridge right here where we managed to take a couple of really cool photos. The accidental road that we discovered that way and the teamwork that we had to do in order to, solve the situation turned out to be one of the best parts of the trip so far. We are back on the road, and this little hiccup just really shows that these kind of setbacks are just like a normal part of the adventure, and those kind of situations are really making us a lot more open to the unexpected. Now let's talk about how to stop this waiting game. What helped me tremendously was recognizing whenever I started to make excuses. So whenever you catch yourself saying like, oh, I'll do it later, why don't you ask yourself like, why don't I do it now? And this realization, in my opinion, can be a true game changer, because it empowers you to see that fear is the only thing standing in your way really, and it's just a thing that exists in your head, right? So we're heading to the next location right now, really excited for this, and let's see where the journey brings us. It is our second attempt here at the fog forest, and unfortunately the weather isn't foggy at all once again. I think this must be the only place in the world where people are waiting for bad weather rather than good weather. But here's the deal, it's always better to do something rather than nothing. Even if you mess up and you don't get the right conditions that you were hoping for, and it's not the perfect shot, it's still a step forward. Every attempt, every failure brings you kind of one step closer to where you want to be. Either way, this situation really shows that waiting for the perfect time is just like this theoretical thing, and it's not really feasible. And wow, close one. Woo! Wow, so many landmines. Taking imperfect action will always beat no action every single time. So stop waiting for the right time and start making moves, and start with small manageable steps. Look at that incredible view. Wow. We're gonna build the camp for tonight. Wow. This vista right here totally feels like a dream, and Madeira was always on my bucket list, and I can't believe I finally made it here in person, which really proves that daydreaming is not just about fantasizing, So I guess it makes sense not to be overly serious all the time and follow the things you are truly passionate about, because eventually dreams might become reality. I got bad news. We just pulled into a random hotel for the night because I made a very, very stupid mistake. So let me explain. The Portuguese word for diesel is gasoleo, and I was thinking it was the word for gasoline. Yep. Major facepalm moment right there. And as you can imagine, things went downhill from there. The car broke down in the middle of a tunnel. Most ridiculous spot you can imagine. So we got towed away and we ended up being stuck in the middle of nowhere on a random gas station, and there was no Uber, no taxi nearby, nothing. The car got towed and there's no taxi available, so we're gonna ask some locals if they can help us, and then hopefully we'll get it repaired and we can continue the journey. But we're not too sure about that at the moment, and yeah, it's not going according to plan, to say the least. Now, luckily, some amazing locals came to our rescue. Se llama Hotel Dom Pedro.
Madeira.
¿Conoces?
No problema.
But let's tie it back into the theme of the whole video. So this situation really shows us that the right moment simply doesn't exist. So you gotta stop waiting for it. Like in our case, everything was going perfect. We were in the middle of getting the perfect shots, and then bam, all of a sudden, things go downhill. But it doesn't matter at all, because it is moments like these that remind us of the importance of embracing the journey, no matter what comes our way, even if it's like a car breaking down or whatever other ridiculous situation. Remember, life is really unpredictable, and waiting for the perfect moment is a game we can never win. So instead of playing that game, you gotta embrace the detours, learn from the setbacks, and just keep on moving forward no matter what happens, even if you do something ridiculous. So with that said, we will chill out at this random hotel for the night, and then hopefully tomorrow they will be able to repair the car and we can get the rest of the photos we really wanted. Now, I just spoke with the rental company, who were absolute legends about the incident and like not mad at all. Unfortunately, they won't be able to repair the car until at least next week, and hopefully there's not going to be a motor damage, and hopefully we don't have to pay like a lot of money to fix it. But they're currently looking into options to get us a replacement car, which is absolutely amazing. So fingers crossed that this is going to happen soon. In the meantime, we're just going to hang out here at the beach and enjoy the beautiful weather in Portugal. There's a plane coming, so it's a little bit loud, but let's see how it goes. Quick spoiler alert, so while I'm editing this video, the invoice just came in, and unfortunately that whole car breakdown fiasco wasn't cheap at all. I tell you that, like, financing a channel as a small YouTuber is often a nightmare. But big shout out to Artlist for bailing me out by sponsoring this video, but also hooking me up with stock footage to supplement my existing video. This came in super handy on the days when our plans went south and we couldn't film as much as we wanted. So as I said, we ended up a little bit short on footage, so I simply went to the Artlist website and typed in Madeira, and boom, I've got a ton of useful stock clips like right at my fingertips. They even have some like insane FPV footage. How cool is that? You might think that's a little bit like cheating, but I'm using like super generic drone shots and some time lapses to kind of fill in the blanks in the storytelling, and it is super convenient for that purpose. Now, whenever I plan and edit my videos for clients or social media, Artlist is really an absolute game changer, particularly when it comes to finding and licensing music tracks that perfectly match my project style and vibe.
They got quite a lot of user-friendly options, and you can seamlessly integrate those assets into your workflow without any additional fees or complications. It's a filmmaker's and video editor's dream come true basically, and it's really elevating the quality of my videos. Another thing that really sets Artlist apart in my opinion is its affordability. Compared to other similar services, the pricing is now more accessible than ever. With the creator plan starting at just $9.99, you can license music for social media projects, while the professional plan is priced around like $17 US, and that allows you to use Artlist music in client productions. This reduction in cost really eliminates the burden of paying per song, which could easily rack up to hundreds of dollars per month in the past. Alright, so check this out. They also introduced a new service which is called Artlist Max, and that costs around $39 per month, and that will add stock footage, editing templates, and sound effects and tons of other amazing things to the mix. Whether you are a content creator or you just upload stuff on social media, or you are in search of a killer motivational playlist, Artlist has got you covered. They also just launched the Artlist 100K Fund, which means they'll fund one creator's dream video with a $100,000 grant, which is super cool. So check out their website to find out on how you can apply. And as a bonus, I've teamed up with them to give you 2 extra months for free when you sign up for an annual plan. The link is in the description. With that said, you are probably curious to what happened to the rest of the trip, so let's continue. So I guess the lesson that I've learned with this car breakdown is not to let unexpected surprises dampen your spirits.
With that said, we're going to be heading to the meeting point and get the replacement car, so at least we can explore the rest of the island. So let's see. Whoa. Wow, the landscape is surreal here. We're surrounded by all of this fog, and there's these like sheep. Wow. I am just on the highest mountain on the island. There's some kind of radar station behind me, but as you can see, there is a lot of fog, so we might not get a proper sunset, what we were hoping for, but it doesn't really matter because at least the adventure didn't stop. We got a new amazing car. There's so much fog coming, you can barely see the camera. Now, before I managed to shift my mindset, I was always super caught up in what happened yesterday, or kind of worried of what is going to happen like tomorrow or later on, and I almost forgot to live today. Right now, in this very second is where your life is happening, and right now is my time. Don't let it slip through your fingers while you're busy thinking about the future and all that. Remember, it's all about the journey and not the destination. I know it sounds super cliche, but it is also so true. Things didn't go according to plan on this trip. However, it was all good in the end. We got a replacement car, so I'm super excited to get a couple more shots. So let's get ready for the finale. Check out this amazing spot. We are right nearby the cliff and we're gonna have some dinner. Woo! Look at that. Eating outside is the best thing ever.
And that's a wrap, guys. I'm so happy you joined us for this super spontaneous adventure, and I hope we can agree that leaving behind this artificial concept of waiting for the right time is a good thing for your mindset. And as you could see, we encountered a ton of setbacks on this trip, but it turns out it wasn't that big of a deal in the end, because we learned to navigate through all of this. And it didn't matter at all, because through all the setbacks we went one step further out of the comfort zone, and I think it's a good thing. If you found value in this, please leave a like, and I'll leave another video here on the screen that you might find interesting. And with that said, we're off to catch the flight, and I'll see you guys in the next one.